Greetings, everyone. We are 1 minute late. I do not like being late. Welcome to the 2017 13th Congressional District portion of the Wayne County Convention. For all of us good Republicans who are winners this year. All right, I'm going to begin. Yeah, if you could come up. I would like to begin with an invocation. Is there a pastor in the house? If everybody could stand. Pastor, would you lead us?
All minds and hearts clear. Gracious God, we just gather one more evening just to say thank you. Thank you for life, liberty, justice, and a new majority in D.C. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Who would like to lead us in the pledge? Somebody feeling the flag? You'll do it? Mr. Bragg? No, Mr. Bragg. Take this. Take this. Who would like to hold the flag? The flagpole broke. Would you hold it up? Thank you.
Oh, just letting you know. Okay.
I didn't do it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Bragg. Thank you, Phil. Before we begin, I'd like to have everybody just bow their heads in a moment of prayer for William Bragg's mother, Helene, who's in St. Mary's Hospital tonight, and I understand terminally ill. So we want to extend our hearts and our prayers to William Bragg here and his family. Thank you. Okay, at this time, for everybody who's new, how many new delegates that were elected for the first time in August of 2016? How many new delegates do we have here? Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. We, as a committee, try to do our very best to put out information, to hold meetings, and to even special meetings, to make sure that you knew exactly what was going on every step of the way, and we're going to continue that tonight. So we do have a lot to do tonight. We'll make sure that you understand everything that's going on. So per Robert's rules and the rules of convention, I am going to be starting the convention as the temporary convention chair, okay? And as the temporary convention chair, following the agenda, following the rules of the Robert's rules, really, right now my job is to assign a temporary secretary. I'm going to do that with Jody White. I'm going to have the secretary read the call to convention, but I don't think we really need to go through every word of it. I think as long as we get the basic call, we should be good. Correct, parliamentarian? Good? Okay.
Official call to convention, Wayne County Republicans of the 13th Congressional District. There shall be a meeting of the duly elected precinct delegates and the at-large delegates to the 13th District portion of the Wayne County Convention. Today, 7 p.m., Thursday, January 26th, at the St. Peter and Paul Romanian Orthodox Church. The purpose of the meeting shall be to elect 42 delegates and 42 alternates to the February 10th and 11th, 2017 State Convention to be held at the Lansing Center and Radisson Hotel in Lansing, Michigan. The purpose of the State Convention is to nominate 14 congressional district chairs, their officers, committee members, and 98 members of the Michigan Republican State Committee, 14 of whom are district chairs. The state party leadership will be one state party chair, co-chair running mate, one administrative vice chair, one coalition vice chair, one ethnic vice chair, 1 grassroots vice chair, 1 outreach vice chair, and 1 youth vice chair.
And we are using an apportionment method tonight. That should be good enough. Everybody else has gotten a copy of this, you've read it. So, all right, let's scroll through. All right, I'm going to temporarily appoint a parliamentarian, Ms. Thompson. We don't need a sergeant at arms unless anybody's feeling unruly tonight. Tellers, let's see. Let's have, who wants to do it? Matt, sorry? Okay. Who is not running for anything? Who's not planning on running for anything tonight? Okay. Could you step up and be our tellers, temporary tellers? Just, I just know who you are, that's fine. Okay? All right. My only purpose as the temporary convention chair at this point is to get a permanent convention chair elected. That's my only function. When we get the permanent convention chair elected by all of you, then we go through and adopt the rules and move on with the convention. So at this time, I'll accept nominations from the floor. Actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this.
Nominations for the chair. We have Steve.
I nominate Dave to do an office as chair.
We have, okay, we have a second. Okay, so we have Dave Dunoffer. Anybody else?
I actually move that nominations are closed and then it's valid.
No. Okay, it's been seconded. So we now have it. All those in favor? Aye. We now, anybody opposed? Okay, we have a new chair.
Thank you. But again, just keep in mind, for those of you that are new, what you did was you elected a permanent convention chair. So I'm administering the convention tonight. That's what you just did, okay? And now that we have that, we have to, type it. All right. At this time, we'll accept nominations from the floor for permanent convention secretary. Anybody like to nominate a permanent convention secretary?
I'll nominate Jody White.
We have a nomination for Jody White, and it's been seconded by who? By Phil? All right, by Phil. Any other nominations?
I make a motion to close nominations. I second it.
And cast a unanimous ballot.
Cast unanimous ballot.
Cast a unanimous ballot. Okay. Any discussion on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Jody, congratulations. Jody will be our convention secretary for tonight. Where we at? That's it?
Permanent people. When did you just make temporary? Parliamentarian.
Okay, so we also need a permanent parliamentarian. I'll accept nominations from the floor for permanent parliamentarian.
I nominate Kelly Thompson.
Okay, Jody White has nominated Kelly Thompson. There's been a second. Are there any other nominations? Somebody want to move that nomination?
I actually move that the nomination is closed and unanimous ballot.
All right, it's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, so we thank you, Ms. Thompson, thank you. And we're not doing sergeant at arms. We have tellers though. So we need the 3 individuals that volunteered to be tellers. Chris Ewald and Doug Washington and Frank Raymore Jr. Actually, I think we need to have nominations for that. Yeah. Who would like to nominate the tellers? And in fact, if you're not running for anything, okay, please stand. Yes. I don't have to? Oh, I did. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll appoint them. And Chris, thank you for your volunteering. Mr. Raymore, Mr. Washington, is there anybody else that's not planning on running for anything tonight that would like to volunteer as a teller? I'd be comfortable with probably 2 more. So a teller basically collects ballots if we hand ballots out, and then the teller comes up and they count them. Would you like to do that? Okay, so Shelley Young, so I'll appoint you. Margie, you want to do it? All right, Margie, so
Excuse me?
Yes.
It's Sandy.
Sandy, yes? Did you want to? No, I was pointing it behind you. Yeah, it's okay, sorry. So we have Shelley Young. Okay, we have Margie Urban. Yep. We have Frank Raymore. We have Chris Ewald. And Doug Washington. Okay? Then you have yourself as secretary and you. All right. Yes. Sure. Just for tonight? Okay. Yep. Yes. No, you're all delegates right now. Right. Yep. Okay. So would everybody that is going to be working tonight, all of you tellers, Ms. Thompson and Ms. White, would you please come up to be sworn in? You have to stand up here. Thank you. No, this is fine. Just up front. Just up front. So, raise your right hand, I guess. So, officers, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Wait a minute. Was that supposed to get there? Oh, okay. All right. I do solemnly swear. Oh, you see it up there. Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead. So help you God. Thank you. Next. Okay. The Credentials Committee. Matt, I'm appointing you.
Okay,
All right, so you've been appointed.
we are working it out right now.
Okay. So while we're working that out, we can we wait for the report and do the elevation to hard workers? We have to actually wait. We have to wait. Okay.
Has everyone checked in? I'm assuming we're all good? Credentials? Yeah? Excellent.
We don't have any voter fraud here, do we? Because Krista over there is not really want to do another recount. By the way, how many of you participated in the recount? Thank you.
They found voter fraud.
Yeah. Listen, I expect all of you to behave tonight too, because if not, just remember this. Donald's watching. He watches everybody. He's going to be my little buddy tonight. Believe me, we're going to have a good time, believe me. Okay. It's going to be huge. All right.
Huge.
Man, how much more time do you think you need?
We have 71.
It's 4K when it gets to 4K.
Yeah, well, we have 71 delegates who were checked in, so we are actually, I think, one of our best turnout.
Yeah, and you know, folks, this is great. I appreciate everybody. I even had phone calls from folks that said that they couldn't make it for one reason or another, but that they wanted to come. And maybe we could have hit at least 81. So we're moving up. I like that. It's awesome. Yay, 13th, all right? All right. All right, so let's do elevation for hardworking Republicans.
Dave, actually, 1 second, I have one more.
You have one more? Okay. All right, we have 72. By the way, is there anybody here that plans on elevating somebody as a hard worker that's here? Or is there somebody that's not a delegate that's here?
I do.
You do? Okay, beautiful. You have two? Beautiful. You have one? In the district, register, the whole 9 yards, right? Yep. Okay. We are allowed 4, by the way. So it sounds like we have 3.
We have one more.
What?
Mark Price.
Beautiful. Can everybody read this, by the way, while we're waiting? Is this okay for everybody? I'm just trying to avoid killing a bunch of trees, so we can just get through tonight with this. And the rules will be put up as well, so everybody's going to know every step of the way, right? We're all set? So we're at 72
We are still at 71 at the moment again.
with a guest. Okay, beautiful. All right, so at this time, we'll accept nominations for hard worker. Now, what that means is that you're not a delegate elected yet. You're a registered voter of this district, and you participate in promoting Republican ideas, our candidates, your community, your neighborhood, whatever you've done. So I'll take you at your word that you've done those things, but we have it is our ability to nominate, to elevate 4. And that number comes from 10% of our total precinct delegates that were sent to the convention, which is 42. So we're allowed 4, all right? So at this time, who would like to nominate somebody? All right, Chair recognizes Tori and Bridges.
I rise to nominate Susan Hauser.
Susan Hauser, okay?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes,
Does there have to be an opening in that precinct for them to be elevated?
there does. There does have to be an opening. Thank you.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes?
For item 19, for the permanent elevation of hard-working help, and Jerry Nicholas has actually resigned, she is moving out, so we have both.
Okay. I stand corrected. Well, that's good, though. We can just move along a little quicker then.
Yeah.
All right, so did you note that, all right, Susan Hauser's been nominated, has it been seconded?
Yes.
Has been seconded by? Kurt Foltz has seconded. Okay, and do you accept? Is she here? Do you accept? Beautiful, okay. Yes?
Nominate Deshaun Williams.
Okay.
Wilkins, I'm sorry.
Harry Sawicki has nominated Deshaun Williams. Wilkins.
Wilkins.
Deshaun Wilkins. And Phil Briglio has seconded. Wilkins. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Chair recognizes Mark Price. You nominate Mark Price?
Second.
Mark? Mark Price. Okay. Seconded by Steve Boren. Are there any other nominations for hard worker? Yes. What's your name, by the way?
Don Fellows,
Don Fellows is nominating
Colleen Fellows,
Colleen Fellows. Is there a second? Jody Brown seconds. Are there any other nominations? Steve?
I nominate Pam Martin.
Pam Martin has been nominated. Seconded by Frank Raymond. Are there any other nominations? Well, you can nominate as many, but we have to decide of those 5 if there's any more. Okay.
I move the nomination to be closed.
All right, Torian Bridges.
Second.
Torian Bridges moves that nominations be closed. It's been seconded by both Jody, well, Jody's mine. I have to admit, I didn't expect to see 4 people elevated or more, so that's awesome. But we're going to count out these, and you folks are going to be voting secret ballot on those names. We're also going to get the names up. Yes. I would think. Yeah. All right, would the tellers please come up? Thank you.
Hey guys, because we were not anticipating a race for the hard workers, I did not plan for this. So I'm going to use the extra round 2 for the treasurer ballots. Obviously, it says treasurer round 2 vote for no more than 1. That is now incorrect. You can vote for up to 4. So you're only going to have that one line. You can write up to four names. You don't have to write down 4. You can write down 1 or 3 or whatever, but we will make it work. Okay, yep, and then just first is good, because they're all different last names.
All right, we're going to distribute the ballots and the pens. We're going to get pens out to everybody.
In the back we're at, we have another delegate, so we're at 72 now.
Your teller should be helping with this.
Yeah, the
You
teller.
realize that's their job. May not know. It's part of their job, but it actually. I'm just like, I mean, I could volunteer. Sorry.
You need a pen?
Well, yeah, I feel very. I used to do
Okay, folks, while this is being distributed, Mr. Hartunian has a letter to read from our Attorney General, if you could give him your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Attorney General's office has asked if I would read to the 13th Congressional District a letter, and it's as follows. Dear friends, it is a privilege to serve as your Attorney General. My wife Cynthia and I are especially grateful for your friendship and support. It is because of you and your county's votes that we carried Michigan for Donald Trump and took back the White House, electing Republican leaders from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. I was proud to support Donald Trump from the convention all the way through to Election Day. I am thrilled President Trump has chosen our own Betsy DeVos to be Secretary of Education. And I was honored to be in Washington when our very own Ronna Romney McDaniel was voted the chairman of the Republican National Committee. She will do us all proud. Soon we will gather at the Republican State Convention in Lansing. I strongly endorse Ron Weiser for the Republican State Party chairmanship. Combining his leadership with your hard work, we will ensure Michigan stays a red state for many more years to come. The future of our state and our party must be forged by bold thinking, big goals, and even bigger dreams. By uniting together and applying conservative principles, I believe that Michigan's tomorrows will be better and stronger and safer for all the hardworking men and women who make our state great. It is written that through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established. Michigan's tomorrows must be built on that foundation of wisdom and understanding. Thank you all for all you do. Keep up the good work, and may God bless the great state of Michigan. Sincerely, Bill Schuette, Attorney General. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hartunian. I'm sure by now, though, many of you, hopefully all of you know that Scott Hagerstrom plowed out of that race, and so it's automatic. So just so you know. Okay, so we're waiting on, all right, so now tellers, could you collect all of the ballots of the people who are complete?
We didn't get a ballot.
Who didn't get a ballot? Okay, tellers, we need to make sure that everybody got a ballot, all right?
Anybody else did not get a ballot?
Yeah, just keep your hand up if you haven't received a ballot, okay?
They do. There's one per delegate.
Oh, he's got it.
Ida, are you still waiting on a ballot?
I don't understand. He doesn't look like Father Stanley. All right, we need help. Hold on, stop and press.
No more than 30 old lady, raise your hand.
Yeah. All right, everybody should have a ballot now, correct?
We're going to be here.
I see, Stephanie, is that your hand up? You haven't got one?
Don't worry about the word.
Got it.
Stephanie, you have one coming or no? All right, hold on. One more. This is my teller.
I'm still collecting.
I'm that out with Stephanie's here.
Lovely lady.
Wait. Don't turn anything. Where's our tellers?
We're right here. We're collecting.
Okay. All right, just give your ballots to a teller. All right? Hold your hand up.
I looked at it.
Tellers will come around and collect. And the tellers will bring them up front.
Get out of your way.
Souvenirs is more voting, Bill. Come on.
Keep the pens. Everybody keep your pens, okay? Stephanie, you're all set, right? That's Stephanie. She's all set. Are you ready to turn yours in? You did. Beautiful. All right, tellers, once you've collected all the ballots, bring the ballots up front. Now, once you've turned them in, you're going to be helping to count. Okay, so just stay up here. Up here at the front with the secretary. We can actually probably count. And should we think maybe counting up here?
I heard.
Okay. You know what? Let's do that. Tell you what. Has everybody turned in their ballot? All the ballots are turned in. Okay. Tellers, why don't you? Tellers, come on with me. Right? You guys can use this. Right here. All right. Get you a sheet of paper. We'll total. Got the names? Okay. You know what? While we're all together, I just noticed something that should be in there. I think we need now to adopt the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's not in my agenda, but it needs to be added. So the next thing on the agenda is what you're reading. But what we need to do is something before that. Yep. Yes, it is. And by the way, we need to inform you that we now have 73 ballots, and that's before the hard workers get elected. Once they're elected, then we're up to 77. Okay? Yes.
elevation only allows them to be considered in their caucuses for elevation to the state convention.
Correct, they're not voting. So we're staying at 73. So we are currently at 73. I stand corrected, thank you. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to adoption of the rules, and this is not going to stay. All right, now I'm putting it up, and we can scroll through it, but everybody was emailed a copy of the rules. So we'll scroll through it now, and you guys can read it. We did a lot of this already. Basically, as you're reading, nothing has changed from the last several conventions that we've had. Yes. Okay.
My amendment is a part of the state party convention rules in which there is an office that is currently occupied by a current incumbent, i.e. here, Matt Hauser's running for re-election. That, and so is Steve Boran. There are several of us. If I decide to run against Jody White, then I pick that Torian's, although I can't run for state committee woman, but Torian's running, I could try and then we'll take it to court, but you know, that Torian's running against Jody White. It cuts out the time, it cuts out ballots, because then I know that Torian decides to run against Hauser or whomever, versus five folks running and we give it to the top three. Matt and Jody and those that are already in those roles have served well. So I believe that it's fair that we slot them in their current roles in a and allow those who opt to run to choose whom they're going to outseat. That's my
Did you follow that?
Not at all, not even close. No.
Okay.
Just kind of add some.
Right, yeah, there are 2 vacancies.
So then those will be open seats. So just like with judges,
Oh, I see.
you have the 18 judges and then the 2 open seats, and all 18 incumbent judges run against incumbents versus, and then if you opt to run against, like I said, Matt or Jody, then you would say, I rise to run against Jody Brown.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but the way I look, now, see, follow this, just see what you think. So, I'm looking at it as, the whole thing is starting all over again. We served our time, it's done, okay? So now we're starting fresh. So everybody that wants to run, runs, and you vote for who you want. I've never presented any ideas to anybody that, this is an open seat. They're all open. Mine's open, theirs open, it's all done. We did our bid for 2 years. Now, if they want a rerun, then they start over fresh.
But to that notion,
Yes.
isn't the 2 years up in 2 weeks and not current?
Right, and what would happen tonight, though, is an informal straw poll. This is nothing official tonight. State party rules say that at the Friday night district convention, that portion, that's when we actually elect. But my thinking is that in this district, we're wholly contained right now. Why not increase the participation by letting everybody vote for leadership of their district, and then we would just simply report it Friday night and ratify it, or however you want to phrase it, make it official. So nobody would be starting tonight. It's just a start. So that's that part of it. Let me clear this up first. Terry? Right, and I just wanted to clear it up. So you made the motion then can we put it into like quick terms? Something,
Incumbent slot.
okay.
Our current member.
Okay, so you want to have an incumbent slot and then an open slot for nomination.
Yep, for nomination.
Okay, it needs to be seconded. It's not seconded, so, all right, it's been seconded. Any discussion? Any discussion?
You know, I really don't know.
We can't hear you.
I really don't know any of these people, but you need to take into consideration the term is expired. We need to offer the floor for everyone to run. And our party wants to have a fair and equal chance for all new incumbent, or new delegates. They want room made in the Republican Party for new people too, also. They've got just, the ones that's here, got just as much right as anyone else. Say, hey, I'm gonna run again. But if we, on the motion, because we know them, and they are locked into that position, it would annihilate, it would put the whole process into the same thing we've looked at for years and years and years and years. So I make an amendment to the motion to elect them.
We have to vote on it.
He's amending it, but his amendment just makes it what it is now. So you don't need to do that. But I appreciate your thought. You're basically supporting what's going on, what we're offering up currently. Okay. And so the discussion's on the floor. You opposed it. The next is, if anybody else wants to discuss, are you in support of the amendment? Or, excuse me, in support of the motion? Does anyone want to speak in support of the motion? Okay. You will? Okay.
I'm one of those people he's talking about, and I'm questionable about, because I agree with both comments. The only reason why I would kind of like it is because I have been doing it for 2 years, and I am much more educated, and it's better to be in your second term. So that would be the only reason why I would think it would be a good idea, but still maybe just a suggested term limit or something, because there is some positive features about going a second time around, because I'm more knowledgeable. So I just wanted to put that out.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Ms. Shelley, you have to come up.
Everyone knows.
Come on up. If you want to speak, you gotta come up. Yep, that's fine, absolutely.
We all know what a good job.
Hold it up. Hold it off. Is it off? No, I'm not talking into it.
Talk into it.
Everyone knows what a good job those that have represented us at state party have done. I don't think there's any problem about them running again. And it still leaves opening for anyone else who's a qualified conservative and willing to make the trip up to Lansing. Hey, it's volunteer. We don't have to try it. And Jody White is right. The experience counts. But it's up to you if you want to. Now, I'm against incumbents. There's no problem with them running again. They did a great job.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. What is constant? Can everybody hear me? Okay, I have a big voice. All right? I will. I'm making a point of order question, and is with regard to the state committee slots, 3 for state committee man, 3 for state committee woman. Is the anticipation that multiple people, at least 3 will be nominated and we will be voting together, or is it going to be one by one? Meaning that if we vote on multiple people, it would be the top 3 that would prevail. If you could answer that question.
You'll be,
That's not this issue.
That actually speaks to the.
No, it does speak. If you don't.
It speaks to the issue.
so, yeah, that's a valid question. So the ballots, we could take a look.
All right, so the ballots are going to be laid out the way that the one you should have received should have been laid out. For state committee, it was partly designed for the rules that we had mailed out to everybody. It would be, we're going to vote for however many people would like to run. You could vote for up to 3, and the top 3 vote getters would win. If we do decide to amend the rules, we also come up with a new ballot system pretty quick. So.
We can vote up for 6, 3 men, 3 women.
Oh, no, but it's 3 on each side. So first we do the female ballot, then we do the male ballot. So I have 2 ballots and 2 sets of them. So.
Thank you. That answers the question.
Okay. And William Bragg makes a motion to accept and adopt the rules. It's been seconded by Tim Brown. Any discussion on the rules? Any further discussion? All those in favor on accepting and adopting the rules signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, now we have some rules. All right, so let's go back to the agenda.
Okay, we got 75 minutes. Keep an eye on that.
All right, so at this time, we made a correction from the last few times that we did this, because as you know, what I've tried to do is to be more inclusive and allow more participation by doing some of the Friday night stuff that we're supposed to be doing at the state convention tonight. In this way, it allows 73 people to participate in that exercise as opposed to 42, okay? And up to 125, if all 125 precinct delegates showed up. So that was the goal. Again, it's informal, and it would have to be accepted by the people that you ultimately send to Lansing on February 10th, and they would have to basically just, what was the word that was used? Ratify, carry the slate. It would just be reported as a slate and voted on, and essentially the night would be very quick. But many people like the idea of doing the selection of the 42 first, because that is on the order of business. We have to get that done. So at this time, then,
did everyone turn in the ballot for the hard-working Republican? Because they said they are missing 2 of them.
Oh, there they are.
I didn't know, sorry.
Oh, that's 1. That's fine. Number 2. The other one. Man?
Yes.
No, you don't have to vote.
Okay, so that's 1. Did we have another one?
The chair doesn't.
He doesn't get to vote?
Yeah, the chair doesn't.
No, you're a delegate.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
All right, so we got all the ballots counted up then for the hard workers?
Oh, okay.
We have totals?
Well, wait, no, wait.
No, keep going. Go ahead, hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have to do is we have to wait for the totals, and then at that point, we'll break off into our city caucuses, and we'll go through that. And what you're going to be doing, just while we're waiting, okay, all of you that are new, when you break off into your city caucuses, you'll be gathering around tables. The tables are labeled, right? I'm going to appoint temporary caucus chairs. That means that you have the option of using that caucus chair or appointing another, or voting for another one, okay? But the caucus chair's responsibility will be to administer the ballots and distribute the ballots. You folks will be voting, and you'll turn those ballots in. The caucus chair will appoint 1 or 2 tellers. I would suggest 2. The tellers will count up the totals, report that to the group. Once the group is satisfied, then the caucus chair will bring all of those reports up to us. The purpose is that you'll be electing from your city group a portion, a pre-designated portion based on what we sent out from the call to convention, of the 42 delegates and 42 alternates that'll be representing this district at the February 10th and 11th state convention. Okay? Does everybody not understand that? Okay. I'll tell you what, would it be prudent to have everybody gather around the tables now, and then when we get the report, those folks can just join you? So basically what we have, if I'm not mistaken, Dearborn Heights is in the back corner over there. All right? Dearborn Heights is in the back corner. Westland, where did we move? Westland's over here. We moved you guys. Sorry. You all got redistricted. Detroit is in the back corner by the kitchen over there.
Yeah, so you get to vote on who goes.
And then the other tables are labeled in the middle.
Who'll be able to go? Yes. 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 Yes.
And I have,
Yes.
once you all get comfortable at your tables, we'll assign the temporary caucus chairs. All right, folks, while you're gathered, please give me your attention. Who still has a ballot for this hard worker? We're missing a few. Did anybody not turn in their ballot? All right, 71 total ballots have been counted. Somebody brought ballots back. Yeah, yeah. They were blanks. Hey, folks, I need your attention. This is serious. Who did not vote? There's 2 of you that did not vote. Who did not vote?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Undervoting is okay, overvoting is bad.
Krista?
Yes.
I agree with you, except here's the problem. There's a tie for 4th place. Would somebody please vote and break this tie?
You have to break the tie today.
Oh, that's me?
Yes.
Can I do it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm running for All right.
It's a secret vote.
All right, we have our 4 hard workers. Which one of you tell me wants to read?
Susan Hauser, Mark Price, Colleen Fellows, and Pam Martin.
All right, so you cannot vote, but you can be considered as a delegate to state convention in your caucus. Okay, so report to your caucus. At this time, I'll be appointing temporary chairs, caucus chairs. Now, as I understand it, the caucus chairs need to be somebody who's not planning on running for anything, or is that a big deal? We're not going to make that a big deal? Fine. Steve Boron, come on up. I'm assigning you as temporary caucus chair. Krista, you in the mood or no? All right, Krista, come on up. All right, Jim Rhodes. Jim Rhodes, come on up. Come on up. Sam, come on up. Torian Bridges, come on up. Cynthia Graham, you want to lead your caucus? Cynthia Graham? Come on up. You've done this before, right? Okay. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Kelly, would you like to come up? You want to lead your group? Am I missing anybody? Inkster? You're by yourself, aren't you? Oh, well, then you come on up. All right. Okay. Well, the devil looses up. Yeah, just in case. Yeah, the vote is, it's on the call. All right. Just so you know, folks, all right? Dearborn Heights is electing 6 delegates and 6 alternates. Detroit, Ecorse, Highland Park, River Rouge is electing 7 delegates and 7 alternates. Garden City is electing 5 delegates and 5 alternates. Inkster, 1 delegate, 1 alternate. Melvindale, 1 delegate, 1 alternate. Redford Township, 7 delegates, 7 alternates. Romulus, 2 delegates, 2 alternates. Wayne, 2 delegates, 2 alternates. Westland, 11 delegates, 11 alternates. At this time, you can accept the temporary chair and just move on, or if you feel somebody else will do the job better, that's totally up to you. But at this time, you city caucus groups are on your own, have at it. Okay, we're all set to go to read off the reports from the caucus chairs. So if you can make your way up front, that would be fantastic. All right. We're going to begin with Dearborn Heights. Have your attention. We're back in order. Okay.
Okay, from Dearborn Heights, we've got 6 delegates and 1 alternate. The 6 delegates that are... So the 6 delegates are Carolyn Aritano, Ari Sawicki, James Gilliam, John Conley, and Sam Saga. Those are the 6 that are going forward.
From Romulus, we have 2 delegates, Glenn Wilkwitz and Kelly Thompson.
In Garden City, we've got 5 delegates and 2 alternates. The 5 delegates are Don Fellows, Jim Rhodes, Joe Thurlman, Dreama Townsend, and Jim Townsend.
Steve Boron, Westland. We're sending 11 delegates and 5 alternates. The delegates are Steve Boron, Josephine Brown, Timothy Brown, Chris Golden, Kurt Folds, Patrick Gathka, Philip Griglio, Ida Shelley, Mary Stargell, Tim Van Dungen, Jody White.
I'm Sandy Villafree. I'm from Inkster. Inkster has 0 delegates going.
Oh, Inkster.
That leaves it open for someone to go for.
Wayne has 2 delegates going, Faylene Chung and Jean Paradis.
And the great township of Redford has 7 delegates and 5 alternates. Our delegates are Kathy Alcorn, Jasmine Bridges, Ken Hauser, Matt Hauser, Susan Hauser, Bill Brang, and Torian Bridges.
So Inkster as well, right? All right, so Inkster reported that they're giving back 1 delegate and 1 alternate. Melvindale is also giving back 1 delegate and 1 alternate, and now we just need to hear from Detroit.
Okay, Krista Hartunian from Detroit. Delegates are Carter Bundy, Ed Hartunian, Krista Hartunian, Mark Quain, Stephanie Wilkins, Tyrell Bundy, and Valerie Parker. And, oh. Okay.
Unless you want to, go ahead.
We only have 4 alternates. We had, we elected 7 delegates. We're allocated 7 alternates, but we're giving back 3.
This is the last, this is the only one.
Yeah, one would be a one.
Right, at this time, we will do a round robin on filling in the alternates. Actually, we have to probably fill out the rest of the, well, you'll do that.
Oh, they can't. Sam saw it. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so we are sending 42 delegates and 42 alternate delegates to the state convention. We've elected 34. That leaves a lot open. So either some of you just can't make it, I'm sure. Yes. Cynthia. You know what, we'll figure that out. Let's, do you folks want to do the apportionment? I think what we've been doing is doing the apportionment of the slips, doing the round robin. So each city go from one city to the other based on the names that come out of the hat, right? The city names. Or we could vote at large as well. So however you guys want to fill it out, you can do it. City?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Is this, do we have 42 delegates?
No, we have 34. Delegates.
Okay, so if we...
You don't have Dearborn Heights? Oh, sorry, hold on. All right, my mistake. We're at 40, so we're still too short. Yes.
Pull the order of the alternate delegation, and then you'll elevate those two into our board.
Right.
Mr. Chairman? Yes. I move that we accept the results of the caucuses and that we set up the round robin determination of which city will be first alternate in and so on, and move on to the next agenda item.
Support.
Well, that's fine and well, but that's actually the way we're doing it anyway, so I don't know that the motion is necessary because it's already on the agenda that way, right? I'll accept it. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Matt, where am I named?
I'm working on it.
Where is my young helper?
I'm younger.
Do you want to pull the names out again? That darn Minecraft. Hey Gina, why don't you come on up?
Okay. All right, Gina.
All right, give us that number city. Garden City will be alternate 1. Next. Redford. City of Redford will be 2. Romulus will be 3. Well, there's nobody going, so scratch that up. Westland will be 4. Wayne will be 5. Dearborn Heights will be 6.
It's a rigged system, man. What? Rick. Where? Where's Detroit?
All right, Detroit, Ecorse, River Rouge, and Highland Park will be 7. Colleen Fellows, you will be number 41. Diane Roland?
Yeah.
Diane, where are you? Diane, you'll be elevated for the 42nd spot.
I'm so thrilled.
Okay, so we now have our 42 delegates going to convention. Congratulations. All right. Now, I remember last time time. It took a long time to go through, and people were saying, hey, why are you guys doing it this way? So we have the list of alternates. We have the list of which cities are going to be going. We can do this on the side, right? And then just move on with the convention parliamentarian? Okay. Okay. All right, so we're ready to proceed then?
You don't feel it this time.
All right, so at this time, we'll move on to the straw poll, the informal straw poll. So what that is, I'm going to need your approval again. So tonight, with all of the delegates here, we have an opportunity to choose leadership in an informal manner and then report it officially in the Friday night portion of the district caucus at state convention. So what I need is approval from you to do that. And so essentially, I just need a nomination, or excuse me, a motion from the floor to do that. All right, so Tim Brown, you're motioning to do the straw poll. It's been seconded by Phil Gruglio. Any discussion? Yes.
Yeah, I happen to think that's a great idea too, except that it's 10 to 9. And I figure it'll take about an hour and a half to get through all the officers and all the state committee people and all the people who are interested in being on the Congressional Statutory Board, as well as the 9 members of the Wayne County Republican Committee.
I estimated a little different time, but that's duly noted. Anybody else? Okay. Any other discussion? I think we can have this done in about an hour, hour and a half. I thought you said 2.5. I'm sorry, I misheard you. I'm sorry.
Hour and a half.
Does anybody need to be in bed by 9 o'clock?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, you can reflect that in your voting. We'll need 2/3 majority to end discussion. All in favor of any discussion? I'm sorry. Signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right. So the motion is on the floor. Do we do the straw poll? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed?
No.
I would hand
Say
it.
again. Yeah. Okay.
I move for a
Delegates, you have your badges. All those in favor that want to do it now and get it over with, stand up. Tellers, I need all my tellers up front. All the tellers. What you were going to do is you were going to do a head count. Once you're counted, sit. You need to walk up to the person and you need to say 1. All right, so. All right, look.
straw poll.
Everybody that wants to do the straw poll, stand with your delegate badges. All right? All right, now I need a count. Once you're counted.
Wait, why don't we say 1? I'll say 1 and I'll say 2.
Okay, let's do this. You want to do it that way? Everybody stand up again.
1.
All right, we're gonna do a count this way.
1,
2, 3,
Sit.
4,
Sit.
5,
Sit.
6,
Sit.
7,
Sit.
8,
Sit.
9, 10, 11,
15, 16.
17. 18. 19.
20, 21,
22,
23,
24, 25,
26, 27,
29,
30.
32, 33, 34, 35, 36.
majority.
All right, we have a majority. And then we have more standing back there. All right. Very good. So we'll move on.
Hold on.
Yes?
Who did you say just voted?
73.
Who did you say?
We have more than enough. Okay. Thank you. You can sit. Thank you. All right. Let's get out of this now. All right. At this time, we're going to go through it. We're going to start with the executive committee. All right? We need a nomination from the floor. We need it seconded. The person who's been nominated needs to accept that nomination. Once they're accepted, we're going to put their name up on these positions. That's assuming it's contested. Some of these races may not be contested. If that's the case, and you see that it's not contested, I'll need a motion from the floor that says that I motion to close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot, and then it's done. Okay? All right. So we'll start with chair. All right? So now, if you want to speak, if you want to nominate, make sure everybody hears you. If you're not sure, come grab the mic. All right? So we'll accept
David Dudenhofer for chair.
All right, so let the record show that Kurt Bowles nominated David Dudenhofer for chair, and Tim Brown seconded, and I accept. Are there any other nominations from the floor?
I move that nominations are closed and a unanimous ballot is cast.
Second.
It's been seconded by Phil Griglio. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. We'll move on to vice chair.
I nominate Crystal Smith. I second it.
All right, Crystal Smith has been nominated by Jody Brown for support from Torian Bridges. Any other nominations from the floor for vice chair? Now, folks, for you new folks that are kind of following along, at this time we are nominating for the next 2 years your leadership for this district, just so you understand. Okay? All right. Crystal Smith, do you accept? Crystal Smith accepts. Are there any other nominations from the floor for vice chair?
Point of order. Point of order.
Yes.
I think the appropriate thing, rather than move you to close right away, is you should ask at least 3 times if there's any nominations, and then it's appropriate to.
Would you like me to go back on the chair part?
No, not at all, not at all. I'm just saying,
Sure.
that's the more appropriate thing to do.
I agree with you.
Do it too quickly, it looks like something's being cut off.
Let's do it that way. Any other nominations from the floor for vice chair for the district for the next 2 years?
I move that nominations are closed.
Wait, any other nominations from the floor for vice chair? Any other nominations from the floor for vice chair? 3, okay.
Okay.
I move that nominations are closed and a unanimous ballot is
I
cast.
second.
It's been seconded by Tim Brown. Yep. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Crystal Smith. You'll be serving as our vice chair for the next 2 years. I'll accept nominations from the floor for, what's appropriate, secretary?
There was a request for nominations to stand up, but they are down.
You got it.
I couldn't hear him.
I'll accept a nomination from the floor for secretary of the district.
Diane Rulon?
Okay, let the record show that Kathy Alcorn has nominated Diane Rulon for secretary, and it's been seconded by Matt Hauser. And do you accept, Diane?
Yes.
Diane accepts. You have to stand so everybody can see you, okay?
She is.
This is Diane. No short jokes allowed. Any other nominations from the floor for secretary? Any other nominations from the floor for secretary for the district? Secretary.
I move that nominations are closed and a unanimous ballot be cast.
Let Torian Bridges
Second.
for unanimous ballot. It's been seconded by Kurt Bowles. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Diane. Welcome to the team. This time I'll accept nominations from the floor for district treasurer.
I nominate Faylene Chun.
Crystal Smith has nominated Faylene Chung. It's been seconded by Phil Griglio. Faylene, where are you at?
Over here.
Faylene, do you accept? That's Faylene. Any other nominations from the floor for treasurer of the district? Treasurer of the district. Treasurer. All right.
No.
Nominations are closed and a unanimous ballot be cast.
Torian's motion, a unanimous ballot, has been seconded by Tim Brown. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, Faylene. Welcome to the team. If only the rest of this could go so fast. No. All right. At this time, we'll accept nominations from the floor. Now, we're going to move on to state committee. Understand this for you new folks. The rules, state party dictates that I must have a minimum 25-person committee, okay, which consists of 4 executive, which we just elected, your chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, 6 state committee people, 3 male, 3 female, They will represent our district at generally a quarterly meeting of the state committee, and it's held in various places around the state. And the purpose and the intent is for everybody to kind of network and share ideas and to report back to the districts what's happening at state committee. So essentially, they are liaisons from the state committee to us. State committee is broken up into 6 subcommittees, and 7 subcommittees. And the 6 delegates that you elect, plus the chair, sit on one of these subcommittees. And it could be something like policy, technology, election day operations, grassroots, there's youth, if I'm not mistaken. So there's budget, so there's committees, and those folks work together for the purpose of state party and keeping everything going, and so that way there's representation around the state from everybody. So that's the purpose of that. The 15 district committee members represent our district, and they meet every month. That makes up the minimum 25 that we are supposed to have for a district committee in every district, all 14. Now, the 13th amended their bylaws to include the 9 county committee members as voting members of the district committee. So currently, we have a 34-member committee, all right? Wayne County has 4 congressional districts, and they each send 9 representatives to the Wayne County Committee, and they meet monthly. Now, we've also recently amended our bylaws again, because I want to expand this thing out and just completely redefine what it is to be a delegate. So, even if you're not elected tonight, for what I'm required to elect, okay, there is a method by which you can earn your way on as a voting member of the district committee. You simply attend 3 straight meetings and participate in at least one of our 3 subcommittees. That's it. We are not going to realistically turn Wayne County around with 25 people or even 34. So as many of you as possible that can help, we were trying to figure out ways of opening it up and to allow that. So don't feel discouraged if you didn't get elected tonight. What we're doing tonight, I have to do. Okay? Does everybody follow? Okay, fabulous. All right, so at this time, can we get, I would like to get a blank. Is this done? Yeah. You know what I did? All right, so at this time, I'll accept nominations from the floor for state committee. Let's go female first. Huh? Yeah, okay. So we're nominating state committee members, female. All right? Okay, Crystal Smith has nominated Josephine Brown. It's been seconded by Tim Brown. Josephine, do you accept? You have to rise up and let everybody see it. In fact, I think you should probably come up here.
Do that.
No? Okay, fine. All right. Any other nominations for state committee female? Yes?
I nominate Diane Ruman.
Okay, she can't serve because she's already been elected.
I withdrew my.
Oh, that's right.
That's fine. Nominate Steve.
I nominate Ida Shelley.
Ida Shelley has been nominated.
Second.
It's been seconded by Torian Bridges. Ida, do you accept? Yes. Ida accepts. Can you stand up and let everybody see it? Okay, beautiful. Nominations from the floor?
I'd like to nominate Jody White.
Tim Brown has nominated Jody White. Been seconded by Doug Washington. Do you accept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other nominations from the floor for state committee female? Yes.
I nominate Kathy Alcorn.
Okay. Kathy Alcorn has been nominated. It's been supported by Torian Bridges. Kathy, do you accept?
Yes.
Okay, Kathy, can you stand up and let everybody see it? Yeah, there's Kathy Alcorn. Any other nominations from the floor for state committee female? All right. Oh, wait. I'll need a oh yeah. Any other nominations for state committee female? State committee female.
I move that nominations are closed for the office of
Second.
Okay, nominations for nominations for state committee female. Nominations for state committee female, going twice. Nominations for state committee female for the third time.
I move that nominations are closed.
Second.
It's been seconded. All those in favor of closing nominations for state committee female, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, I'll accept nominations from the floor at this time. We can do the male, we just get it all down right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nominations from the floor for state committee male. Yes.
I nominate Matthew Hauser.
Torian Bridges has
Second.
nominated Matthew Hauser. It's been seconded by who? Aaron Sarver. Do you accept?
Yes.
Right, Matthew accepts. Chair recognizes Jim Rose.
Harry Sawicki.
Jim Rose has nominated Harry Sawicki. It's been seconded by Philip Briglio. Do you accept, Harry?
Yes.
Harry accepts, and he's back there. Harry Sawicki.
Okay, I got here, but who said to nominate?
Sorry.
Jim Rose.
Jim Rose nominated.
Okay, got it?
Okay.
Go ahead,
I nominate Steve Borum.
I second it.
I'm sorry. You've been nominated, and it's been seconded by Doug Washington. Do you accept?
Yes.
Tyrell Monday.
Okay,
All right, yes.
I nominate James Gillian.
Okay, Carolyn Aratano has nominated Dr. James Gillum. Do I hear a second? Been supported by Torian Bridges. Do you accept? Stand up, let everybody see it. Okay. Yes.
I nominate Tim Brown.
Okay.
I second.
Dave Smith has nominated, Tim Brown. It's been supported by? Jody Brown has supported. Do you accept?
Yes.
Stand up, let everybody see it. Fabulous. Okay, yes.
I want to nominate Sam Soka for.
And your name is?
Sam Soka, Bill Bassett.
Bill, oh, Bill, hey, good to see you again. Yeah, now I recognize you. Ball club. All right, Bill Bazzi has nominated Sam Saka.
Second.
It's been seconded by Steve Mackey. Do you accept?
I do.
And you see him right here. Okay, Sam Saka, S-A-K-A. There you go. Any other nominations for state committee male? Any other nominations for state committee male going twice? Nominations for state committee male for the third time.
I move that nominations are closed.
Torian Bridges has moved that the nominations be closed. It's been seconded. Pat Gaffin, sorry. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Yes. Sorry.
Sawicki's misspelled. It's
I know,
S-A-W.
tell me how to spell it.
S-A-W.
S-A-W.
Sorry about that. Are we good?
Everybody else get Hauser, Gillian is correct? Dr. Gill, this is correct?
Beautiful. Okay. The executive's done.
I mean, the rest of the.
How many ballots do you want to have?
Like the
No, we should.
county and the rest of the
Do
people.
this
No, we're doing
one
one
first.
at a
No, you do this
time.
one
Now
first.
is, yeah. Okay.
Do this one.
So we'll just give them all at once.
That's up to you guys.
Would you like to have the state committee ballots, well, there's two ballots, one female, one male. Would you like to have both now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. All right, so at this time, I need all my tellers up front. I want to make sure, let me go back. We did agree to this. You made the motion to close nominations, and I posed it to you and you did accept. There were no oppositions, right? We're good? Okay.
Yeah, we're close, yes.
Yes, we have 1, 2. One of the tellers left? Would you like to? Beautiful, come on up.
So the alternates that were down to
I have to swear you in. Do you solemnly swear to do the job and abide by the Constitution and don't screw up?
There
Hey,
you
she
go.
does.
That is a good one.
So help you God.
Hey, point of order. We lost Sam Saka's name.
I can't hear you.
Lost Sam Saka's name.
That's right, good one. It should be
It's
6
at the bottom.
Oh, it got moved somehow. There we go.
Yeah.
Did she make 2
columns? Will it make it 2 columns?
Yeah, make it 2 columns.
Yeah.
Then you can blow it up a little bit.
So that means we're down to 71 delegates. So that means 71 ballots are going out.
Then make it bigger.
Now, we have.
Very good. Keep going.
I'm glad you can read it. Okay, let's just do it here while they're doing this. You can leave widescreen so you got the whole thing up there. Probably would be a good idea.
I'm on the way.
The two female tellers are handing out the female ballots. The two male tellers are handing out the male ballots.
My ballot.
Yeah, make sure that none of the hard workers get a ballot. Hard workers can only be considered, they cannot vote. The hard workers. Where are the hard workers at? Okay, just make sure you don't get a ballot. You don't get a ballot this time, Mark. Would everybody like to know who is already served, or we just want to just vote?
We know.
Just vote.
Just discussion with them. There probably should have been discussion, but.
Mail ballot? Mail ballot? Mail ballot.
While we're voting,
Mail ballot.
I did. You think maybe Tyrell Bundy could speak to his candidacy while we're waiting?
Tyrell, if you want to speak to your candidacy, come on up.
Let him know when you're going
I didn't get mine.
When you're ready, hold your ballots up, and then we'll collect them. Now, give the female ballots to the female tellers. Give the male ballots to the male tellers. All right, we have 2 extra female ballots. Who did not get a female ballot? All right, Frank is right behind you. Frank is right behind you, Faith. Look behind you. There you go.
Who's the male teller?
You didn't get the female?
Just hold your ballots up. They'll come around.
There might be ballots that left.
Just wait.
Where's our teller?
Frank, are you done handing out? Okay.
Kind of pick up.
Any more females than anybody else?
No, it does. The female,
Everybody pick it up?
All right, all of the people who are being considered for state committees, female and male, would you come up front? Female and male, come on up front if you're being considered. We got Frank.
Who's the other teller?
Frank's right here.
Oh, you missed your.
Who's the other one?
Just come on over here. Come on this side.
That's the only way I can do it.
I didn't tell her.
Right there. Is somebody had a female?
Right there she does.
We'll go through it. Hey, we'll go through it.
Here's male. Male right here.
Yeah, any more males over here? Males? Anybody males? 2 male right there.
that all the voting now?
Female, yep.
Right?
80 female ballots.
No, you're not doing that.
Let's just say, who wants to
All
run?
right, let's pass the mic around. Just
And do it, clapping.
Hi, I'm Steve Boron. I'm from Westland. I've been involved in the party for several years now. I served as a district committee person on the state committee also, and then I was a delegate to the national convention. I'm very active in the district as well as my local community.
Dr. James Gillum. I've lived here in Kilbourne Heights for 20 years, and I've been as active as I could get in politics on federal level. So I've been trying to get into the state politics for about 4 or 5 years now. It's been hard. Most of the time we really don't know that we exist, so
I think he does a
things just
valid.
come into life for me. I've been in a lot of different organizations, national, state, and local level.
Hi everyone, my name is Tim Brown. I'm a delegate from Westland, and I've had the opportunity to do some proxying on state committee, and I'd like to go down there permanently if I can for the duration of the 2 years. Also had a chance to work on the Trump campaign as well as going to Cleveland, which was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, just about.
Thank you.
I got one more.
My name's Harry Sawicki. I'm chairman of the Dearborn Heights Club, which I've been there for now 6 years. I've served on the state committee in both the 11th and the 13th district, which is this one. I was a delegate to the national convention in 2012 for Romney. Also, everybody knows that Jeff Gorman's ran 2 times here for U.S. Congress against Conyers. Well, before he ran, I ran. And 2 years ago, I ran for state rep in my district. I look for your support.
My name is Sam Saka from Dearborn Heights. I've been on the Congressional District Committee for 4 years now, and I like to point out more issues of what we can do to make, more issues that we can do to resonate with our district, to grow it a lot more, where it sticks, where people will just pour in, pointing out issues of what's really going on in our district, where we could come up with ideas and solutions to fix these issues. I understand we do a lot of recruiting, which is a great thing. We put events together, which is a wonderful thing, but I absolutely think that we should stick, debate more solutions, point out issues, and that's what I would attempt to do if I have the honor to be elected.
Thanks. Matt Hauser from Redford Township. Actually served on state committee for the last two cycles now. It has been great. Just looking out here today, I mean, we have 73 people at a 13 district convention. That is great. It's our largest convention yet, and the goal is simple. Continue to grow the district. We've had a phenomenal 2 years so far, and we'll continue to build on that success to make sure we lay a strong foundation for 2018. Then everything is up. The Gov, AG, SOS, House, Senate, and most importantly, coming off of the success of the 2016 presidential election, there's an opportunity in this state to obtain a Senate seat. And I know Ed has those voting statistics out of Wayne County, and the way the game works is every Republican vote we can get out of Wayne County helps us somewhere else. So every Republican vote we get out of the 13th is absolutely critical to that fight for all those statewide races, and we can definitely get it done. Hope to have your support, and obviously see you in Lansing in a couple of weeks.
My name's Kathy Alcorn, and I'm in Redford. I have been a precinct delegate for several years now. I also work as a precinct chair for the elections within Redford. I've spent a year as a missionary for my church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and worked for the church employment office, helping people to learn how to be more self-reliant. Hope I get your vote.
Jody White, I was a state committee woman for the last 2 years. I would appreciate your vote for another 2 years. I did run for Livonia School Board and City Clerk. Did not make it, but it was a great run. I also co-chair a Days for Girls, which is a church function also. So, thank you.
Ida Shelley, been there, done that. All I can offer is common sense and tenacity.
Hi everyone, I'm Jody Brown or Josephine Brown on your ballot, or Domestic Goddess, as most of you know me, but mainly Jody. I have been a state committee woman and I'm running for a second term. I'd appreciate your vote, your confidence. Over the past 2 years, we've seemed to have really gotten a lot of things moving in our district, which is really exciting. And on top of that, turning the state red and just the motivation and the excitement within the party and in the district has really grown. We're pretty much heavily involved in the event planning. And with that, anybody that wants to also help with planning events and getting people to come in and grow our party, love to have you. So, okay.
Thank you to everybody. Is it,
We have to wait for the results. Well, the reason being is someone who may not be elected to state Tim may want to run his district on the district.
correct?
Right?
Yeah, if you don't make it on this election, you can certainly run for district committee, county committee.
Hope they would.
So, yeah. All right, we'll just see where we're at with the totals, and then, where are my tellers at, by the way?
Hope they're counting.
Everybody here that does not know Tyrell Bundy, Tyrell is running for the ethnic vice chair position at state party. He'd like to have your attention.
I mean, I guess since he's from the 13th, we should have a, all 42 votes go to him, right? Come on.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sam right here from Detroit, 13. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm running for ethnic vice chair, Christian Republican Party. Excuse me. I say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm running on success, proven success, experience, and future progress. So right here in Detroit, I was on the ground doing the Mitt Romney campaign and also the Trump campaign. I'm currently a state committee member, and I was also a delegate, alternate delegate to this past July RNC convention. And I'm the only person with experience running for the position. Also, as far as success goes, right here in Detroit, we raised the Republican ticket and vote for almost 20%. Some of the polls I've seen, which was a lot greater than the Mitt Romney turnout. And that's proven success. Help from Gina Barr, she's here in the Detroit office. Worked with her a lot. Again, we had a lot of support on the ground as far as Republicans this time around had in prior past elections. Excuse me. Also, as far as going forward, it'd be crucial to have an ethnic vice chair within Wayne County specifically, because we hold the rest of the state red. If we look at elections such as state senate, as far as Debbie Stabenow, things of that sort, Wayne County becomes that much more important. Again, if we hold the state red, every vote counts. And Wayne County is her crutch, has been her crutch. If we can change it by 20 points, maybe 10 points, we will be hurting people like such as Debbie Stabenow. So this is why I'm running. I'm running so we can continue to power from the success that we have and momentum right here in Wayne County, so we can turn Wayne County at least red. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time and attention. I appreciate it.
Why did you think Lemon Square?
Sorry.
Where were the chocolate chip cookies?
It's time you guys go out of your comfort zone.
Well, no, I will say the Rice Krispie treats are pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not wonderful. Actually, guys, while we are discussing Jody's cookies and events and such, as always, if anyone has any event suggestions, we've done a couple events so far. We're always looking for new ideas. Obviously, raising money and keeping people involved is a big part of the game, and we welcome any and all input to make it great.
We're back in order. And my two tellers. All right, females first. Everybody ready?
Do it. Hello, everyone. For the women on the state committee, we have Aya Shelley, Josephine Brown, and Jody White.
For the men, we have Matt Hausen. We have Steve Boron. And we have Tim Brown.
Congratulations. Yes.
I move that a unanimous ballot is passed in the spirit of unity for the three winners of those offices.
Torian has made a motion that a unanimous ballot be cast that for each of the three winners in their respective categories. Is it seconded? Second. Seconded. All those in favor? Opposed? Congratulations. All right, now we'll move on to the district committee. All right. All right, so now we need 15. 15. Any male, female, we need 15 members to fill up our district committee. So I'll accept nominations from the floor at this time for district committee.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Krista Hartunian for district committee.
Krista Hartunian has been nominated. Is it seconded? Seconded by Matt Hauser. Krista, do you accept? Yeah. Sure. Okay, beautiful. All right. Other nominations? Yes? Pat Gaffka has been nominated. It's been supported by Torian Bridges. Pat, do you accept?
I accept.
All right, I'm going to have all my district committee members, candidates, come on up front. Okay? Yes. William Bragg has been nominated. Is it seconded? Seconded by Phil Griglio. Do you accept?
Yeah.
Come on up. Come on up. Yep, go ahead. Kelly Thompson has been nominated. Is it seconded? Did you second it? Carolyn seconded. Do you accept? Come on up. Nominations for district committee continued. Yes. Torian Bridges has nominated Kathy Alcorn.
Second.
It's been seconded by Diane Roulan. Do you accept? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Beautiful. Come on up. Yes. David Smith has been nominated. It's been seconded by Tim Brown. Yes. Do you accept? Come on up. All right. Other nominations, Pat?
Nominate Kurt Foltz.
Kurt Foltz has been nominated. It's been supported by Torian Bridges. Do you accept? I'm waiting for her to catch up. Do you accept? Come on up. Yes. Dr. James Gillum has been nominated. It's been seconded by Pat Gaffka. Do you accept? Come on up here. Philip Griglio has been nominated by Jody Brown. It's been seconded by Torian Bridges. Do you accept? He's up here. He must accept. Yes. Sam Saka has been nominated, supported by Torian Bridges. Do you accept? Come on up.
I nominate Keith Lessenden.
Keith Lessenden? Lessenden?
Yeah.
Keith has been nominated. Is there a second? Seconded by Crystal Smith. Keith, do you accept? Come on up. Yes.
Jim Rhodes.
Harry Sawicki is nominated Jim Rhodes. Is there a second? It's seconded by Kathy, Crystal Smith. Jim, do you accept? Come on up.
Why don't you spell his name right?
Oh, you know what? There's an A after the A. There you go. We got it. Yes. Sandy Billicree from Inkster has been nominated. It's been seconded by Sam Saka. Do you accept? Come on up.
I nominate Joe Thurman.
Joe, where's Joe? Joe Thurman has been nominated, and you've seconded. Do you accept? Come on up. Now spell your name for me. Okay, good. Yes.
Nominate Greg Johnson.
Mr. Hartunian has nominated Greg with 2 G's, Johnson. It's been seconded by Phil Griglio. Greg, do you accept? Come on up.
I'm just writing down.
Yes. Ryan, how do you pronounce your last name? Petrasso? Ryan Petrasso.
Oh, different.
It's been seconded by Phil Griglio. So you accept, Ryan? Come on up. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 15. We need 15.
I move that there's a...
Well, wait a second. No.
We gotta do it 3 times. Any other nominations from the floor for district committee? Any other nominations from the floor for district committee? Jody?
Yes.
Guess what?
I nominate Mark Price.
Mark Price?
Now we gotta vote.
Mark, do you want to do district?
Nope.
No? He refuses. Any other nominations? All right, go ahead.
I move that nominations are closed and the unanimous ballot is
Second.
It's been seconded. Who seconded it?
Henry Dodge.
Henry Dodge seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we have 15 district committee members. Congratulations. All right. At this time,
I am missing 3 people. I'm missing 1 person.
all right, folks, keep in mind, remember this. Hello, we're back in order. We're back in order.
Where's Mark?
Keep in mind that if you did not make this,
No, I know.
as I said before, you have an opportunity to earn your way onto the district committee as a voting member. All right? This is just something we have to do. We have to fill out these positions. All right? Okay. At this time, we'll accept nominations from the floor for 9 county committee members. And 9 county committee members. Krista.
I nominate Torian Bridges.
All right. Krista has nominated Torian Bridges, and it's been seconded by Phil Griglio. Do you accept?
Of course.
Come on up. Nominations from the floor continue for county committee. Yes. Kathy Elkhorn has nominated Mark Price. It's been seconded by Jody Brown. Do you accept? Come on up. Yes. Cynthia? Kurt Holt has nominated Cynthia Graham. Is there a second? It's been supported by Kathy, Crystal Smith. Cynthia, do you accept? Come on up. Nominations from the floor. Henry?
I don't want to. Oh, you don't want that?
Henry Dodge has nominated Ed Hartunian. It's been seconded by Torian Bridges. Mr. Hartunian, do you accept? Yes. Come on up.
I nominate Henry Dodge.
Torian has nominated Henry Dodge. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Kelly Thompson. Do you accept? You cannot accept? Henry declines, so just erase his name. Nominations from the floor continue. Yes. Valerie Parker. And it's been seconded by Phil Griglio. Valerie Parker.
I nominate
Oh, you haven't been called on. Hold on just a second. Are we good? Okay, yes. All right, Phil has nominated Frank Raymore. Has it been seconded? Second by Kurt Coles. Frank, where's Frank? Frank? I don't see Frank. Where's Frank Raymore? Frank? All right, he is not here. Keep his name up. All right, nominations from the floor, yes. Kathy Kopchak has been nominated. Is there a second? Support from Torian Bridges. Kathy, do you accept? Yes. She accepts. Come on up. Kopchak. Okay. We'll get the name spelled right at the end.
Here comes Frank.
Frank, do you accept the nomination for county committee? Come on up. We're at 7. Nominations from the floor for county committee.
I nominate Christopher Ewald.
Torian nominates Christopher Ewald. Is there a second? Support by Ed Hartunian. Chris, do you accept? You're number 8.
We need one more, come on.
Wait, who's number 8?
Chris, one up.
Do you accept? Come on up. All right, nomination from the floor for county committee. One more. I need one more. I can't think of anybody. Yes. Krista Hartunian nominates Mark Twain. Supported by Torian Bridges. Mark, do you accept? All those in favor? Oh, excuse me, stop. Sorry. Come on up. All right, nominations from the floor for... We're at 9 right now. Oh, wait, I gotta follow Diane here 3 times.
I'm just helping them out.
County committee going once, county committee going twice, county committee. All right, go ahead.
I need a nomination to be closed and a unanimous ballot.
Second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Congratulations. All right.
How fast did we do that?
All right, we're at 10 minutes to 10. Not bad. All right. Don't forget, folks. This is an informal straw poll. The 42 delegates and alternates that you send will have to ratify this and make it official. And then those 42 have a responsibility on the Saturday night portion to elect state party leadership. So that's important to show up, okay? At this time, is there any other business or announcements? You know what? No, hold on. We got to go through. I forgot.
What? No, I did not, was not able to come up with that, sorry. Next time.
More over here. I'm just going to read off the alternates when we're ready, but essentially we're completed with the business. Yeah. Okay, so don't forget, you're going to get emailed a packet from State Party if you were elected to go to state convention, okay? The email packet will include the time, date, and location of the state convention, which is to be held in Lansing, at the Lansing Center, and the Radisson Hotel as well. The Friday night portion, we will be in the Radisson, okay? The actual state convention on Saturday will be inside the Lansing Center on the 11th. So we're meeting as a district again on the 10th in the Radisson, and then we're meeting as a whole state party, complete full party on the 11th at the Lansing Center on the 11th. So the information will be emailed to you about the times and the dates, the directions, the hotel lodging options. State Party has secured a block of rooms. All that information will be in a packet and emailed to you, all right? I will in turn also email you a full list of the delegates and alternates and the winners from the straw poll, all right? So you'll be getting all that in a few days. All right? Trying to think of anything else. Oh, our next district meeting, our regular district meeting will be this coming Wednesday, February the 1st at the Caroline Kennedy Library. You are all welcome to come. All right? We will be forming our subcommittees that day. The subcommittees will be candidate development and recruitment, or recruitment and development. Yes. Diane, it's not prudent to set up the subcommittees. But I suspect that we'll have a full meeting anyway because there's a lot to talk about. We can certainly plan, we can certainly talk about the subcommittees and what we want to do, what we want to achieve. We're also probably going to have a few candidates for the statewide offices because I've invited them all to come and speak. So there'll be plenty to do. So feel free to come. It's at the Caroline Kennedy Library, 7 p.m. This coming Wednesday, which is right around the corner from here on a street called George. I'll email you all that information. The only other thing I want to state is make sure that your emails, if you have an email, make sure we have your correct email, make sure it's spelled correct so we can log you in to our list. And if the emails will come via 13cdrc@gmail.com. So if you see that, make sure it's out of your spam box. Okay? Is there anybody else that has announcements before we start announcing these alternates? Any other announcements? Okay.
So we have 41 and 42 will be Colleen and Diane. So they're 41 and 42. So the first alternate will be Margaret Urban from Garden City, Robert Donovic from Redford, Faith Stepatowski Forbush, Floyd Disbro from Westland, Cynthia Graham from Wayne, Stephen Mackey from Dearborn Heights, Mark Price from Detroit area, Priscilla Utley from Redford, Robert Stano from Romulus, Ryan Petroso from Westland, Sharon Bolus from Wayne, Gregory Johnson from the Detroit area, Joan Riley from Redford, Lindsay Markham from Westland, Christopher Ewald, Detroit area, Alaris Bristol, Westland, Susan Hartonian from Detroit area, Nancy Bolka from Westland, and that's it.
All right, we have concluded our business, so at this time I'll accept a motion from the floor to adjourn. Pastor Stephanie makes a motion to adjourn. It's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Congratulations, folks, and thank you for participating.